We made a quick pivot from our morning session, which was rudely interrupted by another angler jumping in front of us. Looks like it might have been a good pivot because we have headed up a beautiful valley. Look at the scenery, isn't that incredible? We've come to this little bridge and we have found a fishing game access point, which you can just see there on the blue sign. They're always very helpful, and you know if anyone's fishing because there's a car there. And there was no car at this one. We're going to fish in that direction along this beautiful Southland River. Saw some fish at the bridge, and we're going to try and catch one there straight up. They could be spooky though, but we'll find out. Nice. All right, we're down at the river. Nat has spotted the fish. Jake's further up back there near the bridge. Just changing to an unweighted pheasant tail. Maybe strike indicator, maybe not. And that's where we're going to fish. Looks beautiful. It's hard to believe that in New Zealand, you could just walk through long grass like this and not even have to think of snakes. Now, for us Aussies, walking through grass like this beside a river would be unthinkable. It's hard to get it out of your head and to change your mindset to realise there are no snakes here. It's just incredible. And look at this amazing river. I feel like I'm going to spook about 100 fish today. I might get to cast at one or two. Boys are both down there casting at fish that they can see. And I've just walked on a little bit to theoretically spot fish, which I'm not very good at, but don't tell anyone. What amazing scenery. Just back near the bridge, Jake changed his fly a bunch of times and finally he hooked up on a fish, but it must have swallowed the fly and its bony mouth just cut through the 6X tippet. Yeah, Jake has spotted a fish in here. Nat is fishing too. There's a little stick down there. It's a difficult casting. There's no backswing. There is another one on the bank just up here, Nat. If it's too tricky, we can go for the one on the bank. Oh, it's taking stuff off the surface, Nat, the next one.
I had this stupid nymph tangled over it. It's never done that when I'm pulling my line out.
It's Murphy's Law.
When you need it to.
When the tension rises because you're targeting a fish, you get a tangle. Okay, tag team now. Poor Nat got hooked on the tree down there. Lost his nymph.
And Jake can't do it.
Oh, what? Jacob spotted that one. Do you want to go for the one in the hole? He spotted another one now. Oh, really?
Do you spook it?
All right. We've given up on the one near the stick. He spotted another one around the corner here. And there's one further up just here. Just on that sandy bank before the river narrows a little. So we've got at least a couple of fish in here. Got a little dry dropper on that one. We've got a couple of options on our rods. We've got 3 rods, so a couple with dry droppers and another one just with a very, very small...
Should I put on a unweighted nymph or something, Jake?
Weighted nymph.
I've just reset my tippet, so... Is that Jake's, is it?
Yeah.
Could be a rock nap.
See, from that angle, it's just not moving as much.
Take 3. We've got a... Oh. He's almost seen that. He's coming. He's coming. Just pull it a little bit. And... It's almost like he spotted it. Yeah, wait till he moves back. He's turning around now. There's a feeding fish there. Yeah. All right, that cast is right near him. Come on, fish.
He's moving fast. No, he's moved the wrong way. I don't know how far it went ahead of him, though.
We can see him. You're getting good casting from there, Nat. Oh. The nymph will be floating too, drifting down.
He's gone. He's gone. Oh no, he's coming back. Yeah, he's gone.
Ah.
Did you have him? Are you sure you didn't have it in his mouth? Told me to strike. I don't know.
We-
I thought he had it. I thought, and he said he was not facing the right way, but
Mm,
I couldn't see where your cast went. Did you see? Maybe he did. I think it was right on him.
yeah, probably hard for you to tell from there. Yeah, that was a good attempt. Almost. Let's go find another one. This is angling in New Zealand. Hands and knees on the bank. There's 2 fish in this backwater. It's a flowing backwater because there's a riffle coming out to the main channel. There's 2 fish in here. Jack's got a tiny little nymph that he got on this morning from Kiwi Fly Shop in Rumsden. Thank you, Trevor. Fish is in the middle of the pool. Kind of stationary, but moving around. There it goes, swimming. Yep, so it's pulled up. It's definitely feeding because it's moving around. That's a beautiful cast. The fish will see that. The fish will see it. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. That is amazing. Matt, that is amazing. That has made my day. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, forgive me for my excitement, viewers. This guy should be guiding. What's going on? I should be paying him. He said, Dad, you can take this one. I said, there's no way I'm casting at this fish. Take your time, mate. It's a nice fish. It's like every fish in New Zealand is a nice fish. Oh, Jacob. Man. I like to say you're a chip off the old block, but the old block can't do that. He has got under the foliage there. Do you want me to net? And we don't want to lose that nymph. That nymph is on fire. Do you want me to come over? Maybe I'll pop this down and come and net for you, mate. That was amazing. That was just incredible. That is just perfect fishing. Alright, I can come and net him if you want. Yeah, just stop this and then we'll net the guy. And there he goes, off to fight another day. What a great, great stalk, catch, and release. Look, he's back in the middle of the pool like nothing has happened to him. And that was just one of those primo fishing moments. The fish just on the bank here. You'll see the fly. He's seen it. He might see it. He's coming.
A little twitch.
He's looking. I feel like it can't be too far from him. I can almost pick that fish up in there just behind that tussock. Oh man. Where would the fly be? Yeah. Might have swum past the fly. Let's see if we need to duck that. Sounds a bit silly. Sounds a bit silly. Grown men ducking for a trout. much did exactly what Jacob did, actually. He's got it, he's got it, he's got it. No. He turned, didn't he? Sorry, Nat. Do you think he took something off the surface rather than your fly, even though your fly was right next to it?
I don't know if the fly's there. The fly's gone. Yeah. I reckon I've lost it. Pretty sure it's...
Well, I was just sitting down. No, 10 metres.
Did you see it?
Not quite. Started the video again. I turned it off. Jake had hooked. Oh, it's probably the fish of the trip in that run over there. And just as I got down there, I think it wrapped around some of that grass that's under the river there and broke him off. And that's very disappointing for a fly fisherman. Yeah. That was a big fish. There's actually a big fish down here in the water, but it will have seen me, and yeah, I'm not going to be able to catch that. But anyway, we're going to move on. We're seeing lots of fish. I've had quite a few shots at fish, but my lack of casting skill has cost me. These two, on the other hand, have got a much better chance. We have spotted so many fish and casted so many fish on this river. Parked at the beach sign and we've just worked our way up. Some rivers in New Zealand, they have a voluntary beat, which is great because anglers know if someone else is on that stretch of river. These guys are casting really well. They have hooked on fish each. We've landed one, but probably lost half a dozen. That, in some ways, it's easy enough to spot the fish, to see the fish in the water, especially when the sun's out and it's overcast now. But it's even once you hook them up, it's very hard to land them. Very hard, which sounds silly, but a 4-pound fish, it gets in the current or can wrap itself around grass or a tree or a branch, and that's it. It's over. I think Nathaniel is just fishing. He's got a little dry dropper there. We've tried unweighted nymphs without indicator, and that was the method that was successful when we did land one. Did get another good hookup, 2 good hookups, 3 actually, on the unweighted nymph. Almost seems to be the best method. So far as we can tell today, anyway. Finally, today, a 5-pound brownie Oh, Jake, on a willow grub, under the willows. And there's a whole line of willows to come.
Ready to go?
Yeah, ready to go. Yes. There he goes. It's drawn to a close, and as usual, we are late on the river. Fortunately, we found a gate over here that we can just climb over, walk on the road to get back to the car. Successful day. We had a pivot this morning because someone jumped in front of us on a river when he should have come in at an angler's access, which, yeah, wasn't polite to say the least. Anyway, we pivoted and we've come to another spot, and it's been an amazing stretch of river that we fished today. Frustrating in a way because we saw more fish than we have ever seen in a day and landed a couple, had a couple of bust offs, a couple of big fish that completely busted everything off, and some dry fly takes that didn't stick. We lost 2 or 3 on nymphs that didn't stick. So successful in that we spotted a lot of fish, hooked a lot of fish, but in the end only landed two nice ones, probably a 3-pounder and a 4-pounder. Anyway, an amazing stretch of river. But it's been a great day. Now someone has to go and cook dinner. I vote the guy ahead. All right, so we have returned from our New Zealand trip. We are back in the land of Oz, the land of snakes that want to kill you.
And blackberry bushes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And narrow rivers where you get tangled every time you cast. And we just thought we'd wrap up our series with just some reflections about some of the things that worked and some of the things that didn't. So I got Nathaniel and Jacob with me.
Hello.
Hello.
G'day, viewers. Glad to be on the channel. It's a good collab.
And at least on Forever Young Journeys, we've actually got some people that are young, so that's helpful. So, guys, we had how many days in New Zealand?
6 full days, was it?
6 full days of fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some days where we caught quite a few fish, others that were a bit leaner in terms of fish that came to the net.
Yeah.
What would you say was successful?
I think the rivers that we focused on were good. We had a plan of what rivers we wanted to fish,
did.
and that proved pretty successful for most of it. One day was a day where we knew we might not get any fish, but we were chasing the bigger fish, and we didn't get any fish. So
We were successful.
That was still successful with our plan. It was it was in line with what we thought. Yeah. I thought, what else was successful?
I think the strategies of getting to a fish was pretty
Yes.
good. Like took the time to spot, but also on times where there was likely water, we were able to figure out we needed something heavier to get in there, and we were able to use between the rods to kind of figure out what setup worked for that kind of bit of water. Like we kind of could cover any set stretch of water and be able to find where fish were holding, I think, which is often touted as difficult in New Zealand.
Absolutely.
Right? Like you can see people go all day and not really even get into a fish. So even if you
Yeah.
don't land one, but you see a couple, you get a couple of takes, things like that. There was one day towards the end where it was tough, but I had 2 hookups and lost 2. We spotted a bunch and we were
Yes.
casting to them. We just couldn't get them moving. But that's still, we found fish.
Yeah.
We fished 2 and we got some hookups.
Takes,
Yeah,
did.
we just couldn't get the hardest parts almost landing at some
One of
point.
those days was frustrating because you did miss a lot. Yeah.
I cried.
And I
Yeah.
missed some in 2 in a run. Yeah. I think it was
right.
successful in that, like you said, we spotted fish, and when the conditions were overcast, we were still able to find fish.
Yeah.
So, and that's, I guess, because you guys have fished there a fair bit before. So, yeah. And some of those conditions were challenging. Also, that we had a couple of days where we started somewhere and then someone jumped in front of us on a river.
Oh, that's
Remember?
right.
And we then had to pivot.
Yeah.
And another day where it wasn't maybe as good as we thought it was going to be. So we went and fished somewhere else.
Yeah.
Both those ended up well. Yeah.
I think that's actually what worked well as well was where we based ourselves, and it allowed us to then,
Yes.
it gave us options. If a wind direction wasn't right, then we could actually just go to a river which was 15 minutes away, or change tact a little bit and fish a little creek or stream that was a different way of fishing. But yeah, we still found fish on those little ones.
We
as
did.
well.
It was a good location. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would we do differently? What would we do next time that might make it more successful?
I think, it's probably partly what we did well, but what we could improve. I think there's a lot of talk about what flies to select for New Zealand. But I think just keeping your fly selections really simple, but having a range of sizes is probably the most important part. I think where we missed on a couple of the days where we saw the fish, but they just didn't take what we were giving them. I think it was more related to the size of our fly than what we were actually casting. I think that the style was good, but that the size should have been a little bit smaller. So having like nymphs up to size 20 or 22, I think that's kind of what you need in your box. So you need the ones that can sink down to get deep, but you need some tiny little flies, tiny little nymphs to actually.
So they were virtually the only thing we didn't try on those days was a 20 or a 22. Even that day when the fish were willow grubbing. And you fished probably for an hour to one
number of
fish.
them.
But we probably didn't have a 20 or a 22 in a willow grub, and it could have that could have made the difference.
And then adding on the slightly different rig where you have your like extra weight you're adding through, not a nymph to get it down. Right. I don't think we changed a lot of rigs and a lot of nymphs and a lot of things trying to get there, but we didn't change that setup to try that. So
which I think
almost
was
like
good.
A question mark though. Right? We didn't try that. Maybe we would have pulled out a giant fish if we did it. So add it to next year's kind of next time's challenge.
Hey, next year, I like that idea. What rivers would we go? Were there rivers that we fished that we would want to fish more, or rivers that we didn't get to that we maybe would have liked to have got to?
I reckon there's almost like there's a small creek, a smaller creek. Aussie standards, it's probably a workhorse, but that it was a bit difficult to fish with the three of us. That maybe if we had two, or if I was there by myself, that'd be a great day up. Like,
which one was that?
I can't actually remember the name, in all honesty. I'm not being coy. We didn't get the Hamilton Burn. That was like an hour at the end of the day.
We only had a couple of hours, didn't we?
It was nice. And
I would have liked to spend more time there.
That would have been nice.
And so that size was okay.
The other one that we got, maybe, but also would have fit that. Like, that'd be a great river to go up with just two or just solo for the day. Like, good access, good stalking. But if you got 3 people trying to maximize fishing, sometimes some of those bigger rivers you could branch off and fish a run above and a run below. And there was the one we got jumped in on when we ended up moving.
Yes, one of the little ones.
A number of fish
near Riversdale.
The banks are pretty hard to get on, and so I like those kind of rivers. Like, that'd be fun. In my mind, I'd like to go like explore something like that up for half a day, and you get a spot and stalk fish a bit more. But with the 3 of us, that was probably just a bit trickier.
And maybe you get more success on some of those more well-known rivers. I think in the end, like you're gonna find a spot on them for one. Whether you have to drive 5 minutes further to another access point. But on those smaller rivers that are a bit more, they're a bit harder to find research on, maybe. And
access points.
Someone can just, they're a bit less regulated, so they don't have those designated access points. So someone can just
jump in,
drive up the road in front of you, and you've got a 200-meter section to fish.
Whereas if you're on the Mataura and you pull into a beat, you know if there's a car there that you don't need to fish there because someone's beat you to it. And I think the Mataura is famous for a reason. That would be like, if I went back, I'd be like, let's spend more time here and explore more of that. And maybe maybe the Arete, which we didn't fish at all.
That was
only that first night, which
that's true.
Briefly when we were
kind of fun.
racing out just to go for a quick fish.
Couldn't help ourselves.
But maybe getting the designated waters license, getting the annual license, then the designated waters to fish the upper Arete sections would have been nice.
You could probably spend like a month, like full 30 days fishing just around that area, and probably still have more that you'd like to cover. Like
never fish the same water twice.
That's right. And it's all just like pretty fun.
You guys were exceptional though. You could spot fish everywhere and cast to them. I was a lot more rustic, but Final thoughts, apart from wanting to go back next year.
That's a very clear thought.
Proposition, isn't it?
Yes.
We could do it.
It was the trip of a lifetime though. Like, for me to be able to go with my 2 sons was pretty amazing. Very special time. I would thoroughly recommend it.
Why did we go? It was meant to be your 60th birthday trip like a number of years ago that we never got to.
Yes, it was that.
Baby. We had kids, and then we had stuff, and then we had health things, and
there were some health issues that
no time
there.
like the present to do something sometimes.
That's right. Without saying too much, some significant health issues that made us think,
Now's the time to do it.
Now's the time to do it. And maybe
don't
next
wanna be
year's
putting
also
these
now
things
the
off.
time to do
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, and
we
was
could
it
probably milk this
was
for
it-
another year or two.
was it as disruptive as
Intended.
In the
as
end, it
you-
probably wasn't,
yeah,
was it?
So you can work around it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's trickier with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a little side note, if anyone knows a really good holiday to send a wife on as a thank you for 5 or 6 days, let me know.
Pop it in
And I
the
can build that
comments.
into next year. Yeah, pop it in the comments. And then I'll get next year again. Yeah.
Anyway, that's probably a wrap, I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Final thoughts. Just
Until
do
next
it.
time.
Just make it happen.
Yeah,
Gotta-
yeah, it was a great trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, we loved every minute of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe next time we should get back a little bit earlier at the end of the day, so we had a little bit more time to eat dinner and relax.
Yeah.
Because we fished hard.
We fished hard. But in the saying that, I don't remember what we ate, but I remember the fish we were the rivers we were on, and
That's
so food
Exactly.
is necessary.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And this is just if you want some New Zealand fishing advice, just comments, just send an email. Rusty's a wizard at the planning and research. So if you want some tips on how to travel and fish New Zealand,
And you can do it on your own, can't you?
You can do it on your own. Yeah.
Yeah. You can. It might help you, but
It would help. Yeah. We're gonna get banned.
That one might go to the bloopers reel.
Right.
Anyway,
all right.